Nice little score from one of my local spots. Dropped $130 on these 2 bags of goodies, and I'll be going over everything later. So here's a spread of the items that I've found over the last couple of weeks doing my normal thrift hunting, save for a couple of these guys, which are the Master of the Universe Revelations that I acquired from Target and will be going into my personal collection. However, the rest, they were found at a few different places. The Pokemon puzzles were both found at the Goodwill, paid 50 cents a piece for them, believe it or not. The rest were found at various stops that I made throughout my day, which many people know that I do appliance repairs during the day. So I'm traveling all over the place and have ample time to stop and check out all these little thrift shops along my way. So I'm going to kind of go over everything and what I paid and what I plan to do with it. So the first item up is a 1999 Pokemon 200-piece puzzle in which I paid 50 cents. And going by sold comps, looks like I should be able to get $10 to $15. Followed by another Pokemon puzzle from 2000. It's also a 200-piece puzzle, and I could not find any information on this particular puzzle. I paid 50 cents. I'm hoping to at least get the $10 to $15, such as the first one, but the fact that I cannot find any sold listings or really anything based on this specific 200-piece puzzle has me kind of wondering, should I go higher? Here's Marvel Legends Lizard Wave Spider-Woman that I paid $4 for, and I'm hoping to get about $10 to $12 out of it. And what I love about Marvel Legends is that they're easy to ship, easy to sell, and they make excellent trade bait. Here's another Marvel Legends. This one is a Walmart exclusive Worthy Captain America, the version who wields Thor's hammer in Endgame. Unfortunately, this one is missing Thor's hammer and the alternate head. With that said, I still think I should be able to get about $25 to $40. Followed by yet another Captain America. This one is the Marvel Legends Mandroid Wave World War II Captain America, and he is fortunately 100% complete. I have $9 invested in this one, and I'm looking to make about $30 to $40 off of it. So up next we have a 2005 Jazwares Mortal Kombat figure. This is Liu Kang, stands roughly 6 inches tall. This figure can vary greatly in value based on condition and completeness. And in this condition, which is pretty bare bones, it's figure only, I've got $4 invested in it, and I believe that I can get about 15, maybe 20 out of it depending on the market. Here is a nice little gem. I don't come across these guys very often anymore these days. This is a 1979 Kenner Star Wars Dewback. And the good thing about this guy is he is 100% complete. Now, he does suffer a pretty common problem with figures of this era, specifically these types that have these reins and these saddles, is that the rubber is pretty fragile and it tends to break, and on this guy is no exception. One of the reins are broken straight from the collar. However, this is a rather easy fix, though unless I keep it, I will leave any kind of repairs up to whoever buys it, and it will be sold as is. Now, I did go a little heavier on the pockets for this guy. I think I've got $24 invested in him, but I'm pretty certain that I can more than double my investment, and relatively fast, as Star Wars items, especially the earlier stuff, are a very quick seller. Going in line with that Dewback, here is also a 1979 Kenner Star Wars Tauntaun. Now, this guy is the closed belly version. He comes in either what they call a closed belly or an open belly. The open belly one is basically made available so where Luke can get inside it to recreate that famous scene. Now, the good thing about this guy is not only is he in amazing condition, he is in 100% complete, and the reins on him are completely intact, not broken, not repaired. And I know this because the one I have in my personal collection has been actually repaired. Luckily, this guy is as beautiful now as the day he came out of the box. I've got also $24 invested in this guy, and I'm pretty certain that I can at least double my investment. Alright, up next we have another Marvel Legends. Again, I love these guys. They're easy to deal with. They're quick sellers. They ship easily, and they make excellent trade bait. This is no exception. This is a Mary Jane figure that came from a Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack where she was packaged with Spider-Man. Now, she is missing her purse. With that said, I've got $8 invested. I believe I can easily get about $35 to $40. I could actually probably get a little bit more if I had her purse. I've seen these things go upwards of about $60, with some active listings actually asking upwards of $75. So I feel pretty confident about the $40 price range, which works great for me. So here we have a golden finch from Harry Potter. This guy is a little on the larger side. He's a little bit bigger than a golf ball, somewhere between there and a baseball. The wings, the span is roughly about 9 inches. And from what I've found, this was sold as part of a costume add-on at places like Party City and that sort. I think it originally retailed for around $10. Don't know if they are still available. From the resources that I've checked, they are currently out of stock, and sometimes being out of stock, you know, the demand is still there, but the supply is no longer there. So sometimes you can get more than retail. That happens a lot with a lot of toys. Especially, it really depends on the popularity. Now, whether or not that's the case with this guy, we'll find out. Now, I've got $2 invested in him. He originally sold for $10, so I think $10 will be a good margin for me to ask for. I'll probably ask for something like $15 with free shipping, or $20 or best offer with free shipping, just to see what the market is bearing. And if I can get $10 out of it, I'm happy. So anything above and beyond is just icing on the cake. And here we have a vintage Star Wars land speeder, I believe circa 1978, 1979. The good thing about this one is the windshield is intact. It's not broken. The trunk hood lid is intact, and the sticker inside is good. The stickers in the vehicle are pretty decent, not great. And the thrusters are all there and nothing's broken. The only flaw with this one is that in levitate mode, the front wheel spring, I believe, is gone or broken, as the front doesn't like to have that little float mechanism going on. The back 2 wheels it works flawlessly on. Now, I do happen to have plenty of donor vehicles from this era because I run across these all the time. Sometimes you find just the shells, which you can't really get much out of other than deconstructing them and using parts from them to fix ones that are in a little bit better shape. So I am firm that I believe that I can get this one fixed and working as intended. I've got $24 invested, and I'm looking to make probably 35 plus off of it once I fix that front wheel, where it's not a huge profit margin, but this is something that will continuously go up in value. So even if I held on to it, it would be a pretty safe investment. And worst case scenario, I got it for $24, which is still below retail, and it could also make an excellent trade bait item for something I want down the road. So here's a Marvel Legends Wasp from the Obsidian wave. This figure by no means is worth any big chunk of change, which is fine for me. I did not get it to flip. I got it to add to my collection. I paid about $4 for it. It is loose complete, which is a plus. Retail, I think it's fetching in this shape about $10 to $12. So there's not a big profit there if I wanted to sell it, which doesn't bother me at all. Like I said, it's for the collection. Me being able to get it for $4 and not 10 or 12 means that I paid half to a third of what it's retail. So that helps my wallet out, and it helps my collecting habits out. Anytime I can get something for my collection and pay less than current market value, I'm happy. Alright, so this figure kind of caught me off guard. I did not think I'd be finding one of these at a thrift store. This guy was just on shelves in most of your Targets and Walmarts. I picked him up for $8, and mint in box on the secondary market, there are sold comps for about $35. Didn't find that many loose examples, loose complete in the secondary market, but the ones that I did find were somewhere around the $25 to $28 price range. So I would expect to get about $25 out of it, which, you know, for an $8 investment and a $25 payoff, that's not bad. Now, this figure is actually quite cool, and I was tempted to keep it and put it in my collection. However, the only real DC collection that I have is mostly Kenner's Superpowers from the 80s. So I don't really have anywhere to put it, which makes it easier for me to throw this one up for sale. So this little set, I actually like it. I picked this up, paid $4 for it, saw it, brand new in the box, Teen Titans, I had to grab it. I will say this, that a lot of stuff marked Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go actually has a really good secondary market on it. There are a few, exceptions to that rule, this not being one of them. Picked this up for $4, and sold comps have this anywhere from $25 to $35, with a lot of active listings being anywhere from like $40 to $60. Now, whether or not the trend is going up or it's going down, only time will tell, but still, turning $4 into $30, I would do that any day of the week. Here's another $4 purchase. This is a Black Lion Thundersword that goes to the Thundersword Assault Team. And the cool thing is just a couple of weeks ago, I actually found the Pink Ranger's Firebird Thundersword that goes to this set, which is coincidental. Now, that one's already up for sale. I won't be pulling it down to try to pair them together because there are two other parts that go to this set that the chances of me finding anytime soon are slim, so I'll be listing him up for sale individually as well. Now, I paid $4. Sold comps have him anywhere from $15 to $25. I would value this one at the higher end simply for the fact that it's got good stickers, it's unbroken, and it has both the chest piece and the two leg or arm attachments that come off of it. I've seen a lot of comps on this, or a lot of listings for this, where the headpiece is broken, the chin piece is broken, or the stickers are missing, and those are still selling. So I'm very confident that I can get at least $20 out of this. So a $4 investment for a $20 sale. I'll do that all day long. Up last on the chopping block, we have a Transformers figure. Now, I love finding Transformers in the wild at thrift shops, Goodwills, and places like that. The only downside is oftentimes you have no idea if they're broken, if it's missing legs or arms or anything like that, because they usually have them either transformed in one mode or the other, or halfway in between, and it's really hard to tell. So I will take a gamble. I'll try to inspect it the best that I can and make an educated guess on whether or not it looks to be complete. Sometimes you hit grand slams, sometimes you strike out. Now, this is one of those that turned out to be a grand slam. I've got $10 invested in this. They had it priced at $10 as a jumbo item because it is rather large. This is the Ultra class, I believe, from Transformers Cybertron, Robots in Disguise, Sky Shadow. Now, as I said, I paid $10 for it. The electronics did work, and sold comps have this thing all over the place. I've seen them as little as $35 all the way up to $80. Now, granted, accessories definitely increase that value, that price point. I do not have any of the accessories for it. With that said, it does appear to have a complete body, and it does appear to have working electronics. So both of those will work in my favor. Either way, even if it's on the low end of $35, I'm still happy tripling my investment. I'm pretty sure that any reseller will tell you that if you can triple your investment, you're doing good. And this is just one of those instances. So, going over my $131 investment, that does not include the Masters of the Universe Revelations figures in the back, and does include a not pictured land speeder, with the exception of the Marvel Legends Wasp that I'm keeping. I have turned, or I should turn, that $131 investment into $417 worth of sales. Now, most of these items I do feel will sell pretty quickly. I did go with the average or the lower on the price points of my estimate, so that 417 could actually get a little higher. I will try a little higher on some of the more high traffic items like the Dewback, the Tauntaun, the Mary Jane, the couple Captain Americas, and see how it works out. Now, the Finch, I'm going to be putting up or best offer. The second puzzle, the gold and silver version of the Pokemon puzzle, I'm also going to be putting that at a higher price with an or best offer and let market dictate what those net. But minimum should be $417 with a little bit of work and getting these things listed and posted. And this is the kind of stuff that keeps me hunting, that keeps me searching, that keeps me in between service calls, swinging by that mom and pop thrift shop, the antique boutique. I will say this though, if you see the name boutique in the name of the thrift shop or whatever, it's going to be expensive. Anytime you see the word boutique, it's going to be expensive. So oftentimes I do avoid those. But this does include some Goodwills. We don't have Savers around here. We do have Mega Thrift. Haven't had much luck out there in a long time. So yeah, just keep hunting, keep looking. Stuff is still out there. You're still here? What are you doing? Like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and help this poor toy collector achieve his dream of not being such a poor toy collector. Thanks.